Okay, and we are recording. So, welcome to our sneak peek. We are so excited to have you here. If you're here, it's because one of the leading coaches on this team has invited you to join us. Maybe they've seen you on social media doing something and they were impressed and they felt like you would be a good fit to our team. Maybe you're rocking at your challenge group and they thought, man, he or she is already doing what we do and we're getting paid to do it. So, you're invited here to hear just a little bit more about what we are doing and why we love it so much. We're going to try to keep it to 45 minutes. We're going to try our hardest because we know your time is valuable, but sometimes we're so passionate about what we do. We get so wound up and excited that we kind of forget where our time's at. But we're going to try to keep track on that tonight so that we can get off of here at a decent time. So, a little bit about our team. We are the Dream Team, and I am the founder of the Dream Team. I have been coaching for a little over 5 years now, which it just seems like it's been like a year that I've been doing this because I love it. Every single morning I wake up and I am excited about what I'm getting to do. And in the past, that just kind of wasn't where I was in my life. I was a teacher, and I was a teacher for 13 years before I left my teaching career. It wasn't that I didn't love teaching because I loved my kiddos. I loved every single one of them, and I do miss them a lot. But there's a lot, if you're not a teacher, there's a lot of other things that go into teaching. A lot of paperwork, a lot of politics, a lot of late hours at night. And that stuff I did not love. And that stuff was stressing me out. It was affecting my health. It was affecting my family. And we all know that teacher salaries are not the best salaries. So I was looking for a way to make some changes in my life, for me, for my family. And this came into my life. And this came into my life in a way that I needed to make some changes health-wise. My cousin is actually what we call my upline coach, and she invited me to join her in Insanity. If you've ever heard of Insanity, it's insane. It's crazy, and that is the first program that I completed was Insanity. I lost 25 pounds with that program, and I was feeling incredible about myself, and people started asking me what I was doing, and that led to coaching. And I started coaching. I started running challenge groups. I started falling in love with it, and I never looked back. So tonight you are here because we want to share with you a little bit about our stories. We want to share how we make it work in our busy lifestyles, because you will find that most of the women that are going to be speaking tonight are full-time working mamas. We are all busy. We all have a lot going on, so we're going to share that. We're going to share some common misconceptions that we hear and hopefully kind of nip those in the butt for you. And we're going to talk a little bit about money and how you make money. So I am going to go ahead and hand it over to Lisa and let her explain to you the different types of coaches that we have on our team.
Hey everybody, I'm Lisa Cook, and I'm so excited that you're here tonight to hear about the coaching opportunity and what it might mean for you. I want to tell you a little bit about what it has meant for me. I've been a coach for just a little over a year now, and I'm a diamond coach on the Dream Team. I have several people actually in the upline between myself and Megan, but I have grown and changed and made such a huge difference in my life in the past year, and I know it's because of the coaching opportunity, because of the things that I've learned through personal development, which is very highly recommended and something that we talk about a lot, and through the fitness and nutrition journey, through helping others, through learning through my upline, and even through people that are under me. So it's been a huge growing and learning experience for me, and something that at this point in my life I absolutely did not expect. I have 2 kids, 18 and 21, so I'm entering that midlife kind of thing, and personal development was never anything that ever was on my radar whatsoever. I thought I was doing just fine, and I have just really grown and learned a lot learned a lot through this opportunity. So that's how it has changed both myself and my entire family, really, and a lot of things within that. And I could go on and on about that, but I won't, because I am going to talk to you about the different types of coaches that we have, which we have 3 different types of coaches, even though they're all just called coach. You can sign up as a coach. You have no obligation to reach any quotas or sign up a certain number of people or anything like that, regardless of which type of coach you decide to be. You can start as a discount coach, which gives you a discount on your Shakeology, on any other products that you might purchase through Beachbody, such as performance products, the Energize that Megan was talking about that we all love, and called Go-Go Juice, Unicorn Juice, all kinds of different fun names for our Energize, and other great products that are available too, as well as they have a clothing line, a shoe line, lots of great stuff. You also get discounted shipping on your products for being a discount coach. And so that's somebody, a discount coach is somebody that just simply utilizes the discount. And so then the next type of coach would be considered a hobby coach, somebody that already, has a job, or maybe is a stay-at-home mom, and they're just, helping a few people a month, trying to cover maybe the cost of their Shakeology through helping other people, and just benefiting from all of the other things that coaching has to offer, such as what I mentioned about the personal development and having the community of support that we have through our coaching network. And so a lot of us are hobby coaches. However, sometimes as a hobby coach, you're also working towards being a career coach, which is the other type of coach. So this is someone who has replaced their career with a Beachbody career coach. And so that's somebody like Megan, who has left her teaching job and has been able to build a business that is able to allow her to work from home, be with her girls, be able to take her girls to school, pick them up after school. She's built a business that she's able to do all those things. And so those are the 3 types of coaches in a nutshell. So that's just a quick overview of those 3 types. So if you have any questions about that, please feel free to ask whoever invited you, or put it in the chat box if you want to. There is a chat box here, and we'll be sure to try to answer those questions for you. But I also want to talk to you a little bit about the running the challenge groups, because as either a hobby coach or a career coach, you're probably going to be running challenge groups. And most of you probably have been in a challenge group. Some of you may not have. You may be here just thinking about all this for the first time. But with the challenge groups, we invite people to do the workouts, do the Shakeology, participate in our challenge groups. That's where our accountability comes in, our support, our motivation. It's really the sweet secret of this business. Like, the challenge groups are everything. That's what brings us together with our challengers, what helps them to get their results, what brings so many people together. And if you've been in it, you know what I mean. You have a community of support, of like-minded people with similar goals. And so that's just really the sweet spot of our business. But the great thing is, like, you don't have to know everything about health and fitness, or you don't have to have all the answers to run a challenge group. The resources that we have are incredible. As far as the challenge group goes, we have tons and tons of resources to pull our information from, to help people with support, with motivation, with nutrition, with fitness. If we don't know the answer, we have somewhere that we can find the answer. And Also, one of the great things about the challenge groups is the coach portal allows us to go in there and check on people and check on the number of workouts they've logged and the number of shakes they've logged and the things like that. But also it allows us to schedule posts, so we don't have to feel like we have to be available 24/7 to make our posts and to check on if everybody's doing what we need them to do in the challenge groups. So the challenge tracker app and the resources that we have with that are amazing and help us as coaches tremendously. And we're always all sharing information about how to make our challenge groups better, new fun things to do in our challenge groups. The challenge groups are where it's at. That's how we help people get results, how we continue to grow our businesses through there. So hopefully you guys are a little bit familiar with the challenge groups, and if not, hopefully I've given you a little bit enough of an overview to get an idea of what they're about. And so after these two things that I've mainly talked to you about, the types of coaching and the challenge groups, I'd love for you to think about, what type of coach might work for you. If you are considering coaching, do you see yourself as just a discount coach? That's totally fine. That gives you the opportunity to have more accountability and to get the discounts. If you see yourself as a hobby coach and just trying to help a few people each month, or do you see yourself as working towards a career coach? So just think about those things as you sit through the rest of this presentation. And if you have any questions, let me know. I know I talked like 100 miles an hour. I hope that all made sense and answered maybe some questions you might have had already.
That was awesome, Lisa. Thank you. And she asked you the question to think about what kind of a coach you might want to be. I would love to see some of those answers in the comment. You can comment in the chat box and let us know. You don't have to, but we'd love to kind of see what you're thinking right now. One thing that Lisa said that really stood out to me that is one of my favorite parts of this business is she said you don't have to meet a quota. There is no quota. There is no goal that you ever have to meet. You're always talking with your coach and you're setting your own goals, and sometimes those are smaller goals, sometimes those are bigger goals. So I think that's my favorite part, because I've talked to some other people that are in other MLM businesses and they all have certain goals they have to make in order to remain like a person that sells the products or whatever. I love that about what we do, that we don't have to make any certain quota. Okay, so I'm going to pass it on now to Lindsay, who is going to speak about the culture of our team.
Hi, everyone. My name is Lindsay Roort, for anyone I have not yet met. And I am a one-star diamond on the coach and founder of Spark Fit Nation. I have a very small team of coaches. I've just been coaching for a little over a year now. And quite a few of us are on this call, so whoop, whoop, right? But I fell into coaching with no intention of really working a business or doing really anything other than getting a discount. But over the course of time, I learned to love my Shakeology and love my workouts even more. More people were asking me about it. And after a while, just decided that my coach, Bree, who's also talking tonight, had this group of people that lifted her up, and that she was going and doing these live workouts and leadership stuff with and all this stuff. And I was like, man, that seems kind of cool. This group of people seems great. She invited me to a live event, and I was hooked ever since I went to that event with her and said, I really wanted to be a coach because of the culture of the coaches. So speaking about this topic is something near and dear to my heart. Because I really feel like coaching helped save me from a part of my life that was hard and rough. So with that in mind, I want to go ahead and just hit on a few things that are a big part of our team culture here on the Dream Team. Because I'll tell you this, unlike any other company that you know of that's been an MLM company or anything like that, when you think about the pods of people and the teams within them, they can always be, vastly different. So the culture that you're coming into is so important to know. And when I speak about this tonight, again, I do speak from my heart, and I hope that you see that everyone talking tonight are the most genuine people that I know. And although I've met most of them through these types of meetings, like we do here virtually in video, I've gotten to know them over the past year, and I'm forever thankful for that, because this is the most genuine group of people you're ever going to meet. And if you decide to even just be a discount coach on this team, number one, like, you are going to be a part of a group of people, of coaches who lift you up. So again, it doesn't matter what you're coming in to do, as long as you're a part of this team, we're here to help you in any way that we can. So I like to consider us lifter-uppers, right? We're here to cheer each other on. We're here to help each other. Megan being the leader of this team, we can message her, text her anytime, and she helps us just like that. And if for some reason she's busy or doing something else, we have other ways to communicate with each other where there's always someone there. And whether it's a business question or whether we have other more personal things that we've started to talk to each other about because we have the same struggles, or we have the same type of lifestyle, I've really found that this team is a team of people who are always there to help. And I think that says so much about us as a group, because that's the culture we're creating. There's not one person on this team who is going to say, well, you can go figure that out on your own because I had to do that. Everybody's always here to help. All right. So with that, it's a really welcoming and warm environment to a group of people who are here to be of any kind of support that we can. So I like to think about that too, is, okay, in high school, what group of people were you involved with? Were you involved in athletics? Were you involved in music or theater or things like that? When you start to meet those groups of people, you have common interests, but in high school, as teenagers, we didn't always have the same common goal, right? So when we get into the real world and we start to work with people in other work environments, typically we all have the same goal. But I'm a former educator as well, and there was a lot of different people in my work environment that didn't have similar life values or goals or things like that I did, and it was hard to work with them. It was really hard to work with them. And what I've noticed about the Dream Team is that we're warm and welcoming, but we also acknowledge our differences and we see them as strengths. All right. So one thing that comes with that is the amount of personal development we do. So I used to think that self-help books were something that I didn't need. And that's one thing that I am so thankful that helped me get out of a hard place. I was actually going through postpartum depression right before I started coaching. And I started reading these books because my team was. And there was The Go-Giver and The Energy Bus. And these books that taught me about life lessons that just help you overcome the hard times. So personal development is something that we focus on as coaches, whereas challengers, we'll talk about it with them. And we definitely want to introduce that to everyone who's in challenge groups with us. But as coaches, it's a vital part of our behavior, and you start to see that form our culture. And so we get excited about these books, and we share quotes with one another, and we share encouragement with one another, and we share book titles with one another, and it creates a culture of strength. And strength within differences, and strength within weaknesses, and strength within our strengths. We start to understand our strengths more, and it builds confidence. And I will tell you this, the one thing that I have gained the most since becoming a coach and taking this journey with this team is that I've become confident in who I am and what my strengths are. And this team helps me see that every day, whether it's talking on a call, whether it's lifting someone up, or doing, taking different roles in the team that we get to do, taking different opportunities that allows us to do that. So along with that idea of other people lifting you up, we're also working on ourselves, and we're starting to share that with one another. So a lot of times it's business oriented, but at the same time, there's that personable level that this team gets to all the time together, where it doesn't matter if you're like an introvert or an extrovert or anything, you're going to start to realize more about yourself. Other people are going to be sharing things with you. It's going to open up some new doors about you discovering like the best version of you in a whole new way. Challenge groups started that for me. Coaching took it to a whole new level of just me feeling confident and also finding strengths where what I used to consider weaknesses. Okay. So like I mentioned, there's leadership opportunities, there's support, and there's just a genuine space to grow in this team. All right. And I don't know, whatever walk of life you're in right now, like I know that this is just a space and a place for everyone to grow and to feel welcome and to have a support system that goes far beyond fitness and exercise. So know that you're here tonight because we feel like you would be an awesome part, an asset to this team. All right. So you genuinely got that invite, and we genuinely love to have any of you join the team and be a part of this and just to contribute who you are and where you're going in life, right? So I'm going to end with a question here. Who in your life helps you become the best version of yourself? I know for me, I didn't really have that surrounding me. Like my husband's a great guy and he's helped me in a lot of different ways. And you know, my mom too, like those are influencers in my life. But to have a group of women who, and men too, but who kind of just talked to me in different ways and started digging into that personal development stuff and that in different ways. I found a whole squad, a whole tribe that's helping me become the best version of myself. Right. And that's a daily evolution for us all. And it's a really cool place to be. So consider that tonight as you consider becoming a part of this team culture.
Awesome. Thank you, Lindsay. I think you'd be so surprised watching us how many of the coaches speaking tonight, myself included, are introverts. But what this business has done for us and the type of leaders that it has made us. So awesome, Lindsay. All right. Now we're going to talk about the misconceptions of coaching, because I'm sure that you have some in your head as to why maybe you shouldn't do this or why this isn't for you. So I'm going to hand it over to Bree now, and she's going to talk about the misconceptions of coaching.
All right. Hi, guys. I am Bree Wetzel. And like she said, I'm going to talk about misconceptions, and then I'm going to talk a little bit about time and how we kind of fit that in with our busy schedules. But I'm a one-star diamond. I'm the founder of Team Fire Up Fit, and this has been an amazing journey. I've been coaching for almost 2.5 years. I'm a full-time teacher, special ed teacher. I've got 2 kiddos, 9 and 3. And so I guess kind of to backtrack, like when I was first approached to coach, I was 6 weeks post-baby. Like really, I was not in shape. I couldn't run a mile. Heck, I had a hard time climbing the stairs. And I was, you know, I had so much weight to lose, like my baby weight. And I just knew that in my mind, nobody would take me seriously. Nobody would follow me because I'm not in shape. What do I have to offer them? Lord help me, I was so wrong, guys. I was so wrong. I think me being exactly where I was when I said yes to this journey was where it was supposed to be. You know, I spoke to moms. They needed somebody to follow and wanted to join along their journey doing the exact same thing. They didn't want to follow someone who had a 6-pack abs and, you know, worked out 2 hours a day. That wasn't relatable to them. Me being 6 weeks post-baby and on the struggle bus trying to figure out being a mom of 2 and getting my nutrition back on track, that's what they wanted, is they wanted to follow someone that they could relate to. So you do not have to be in the best shape of your life. Exactly where you are at is where you're supposed to be to start this journey. And that you're going to speak to so many people. Another misconception is being an expert, okay? I am by no means a fitness expert, nor a nutritionist, okay? I look to the trainers within the programs. Those are the experts. They are the ones that design the programs to help you meet the goals that you have. And there's going to be a program for everybody out there, whether, you know, you need help with stretching. I mean, just there's so many different types of programs that are designed for different people. Okay. So those are the trainers that formed them for you to find the people, you know, that are going to say, this is what I need. These are the goals I have. You're like, this is what I have for you. This is going to be the perfect fit for you. The nutritionist within it, you're not going to sit there and tell them you need to do, you're not coming up with it on your own. Okay. Each program has a guide that's designed by a nutritionist, by an expert, and that's what they're going to follow. Now, over time, you'll do the programs, you'll become more familiar with them, you'll do the nutrition programs, so you become just more familiar and more educated, and you're able to then answer questions, okay? You're not coming up with this on your own. You're able to just answer questions that you are just familiar with from your own experience within those programs, okay? So you don't have to be an expert by any means. And also along this journey, you're going to learn a lot of things. You know, you're going to become interested in certain topics, and you're going to read more about it, or you're going to find people kind of saying, hey, did you know? Well, then you need more information to share. Okay. You're learning along the way, and you're just sharing what you're learning. Another one is salesy. Okay. I am by no means a salesy person. Honestly, it scares me. Like I am not one to go say, hey, would you like to buy this product? That's not me by any means. What this journey, what coaching is you simply sharing your journey, sharing the products, your experience, your, you know, the results that you get from what you're doing. Okay. You're not just pushing product out. You are going along the programs and following what they have, and you are sharing that. You're sharing your own personal journey, and that is what is selling to other people, because they see that it works for you. They see that you're having results and that you're feeling better and you look better and you have more energy, and they want that. And that's when they're going to say, hey, what are you doing? I want to join you. And that in turn is how you are building your business and selling product. You're not pushing. It is your journey that you are sharing and what people are buying into. Okay. One of the last ones that I have is that you're supposed to be a social media expert. You're not. Absolutely not. My friends list was very minimal on Facebook. Instagram, I wasn't really sure how to use it. I just kind of threw stuff up. We learn as we go, and we have free trainings for you guys. And we're constantly learning because social media is constantly changing. So you don't have to know a thing. You know, if you'll have a Facebook, I'm assuming, because everybody has the Zoom link, but you know, we can get you set up and show you and help guide you on your posts and how to invite and how to do everything that you need to do within social media. So you feel, I don't feel like I'm an expert by any means. I feel like I'm constantly learning, but so you feel more confident with what you're doing within social media. And there's so many different platforms that people use, you know, Facebook, Instagram, some people use Pinterest, and there's just a wide variety of platforms that you can utilize when it comes to the social media. So that's kind of some of the misconceptions. I want you guys to think about this. When you were approached with an invite, what was that first misconception about why you shouldn't, or why in your head, why you felt like, I'm not really sure this is for me? Like, what was it that first thing that popped into your head? And I want you guys, if you don't mind, you don't have to, but I would love to see it in the chat on the next page, kind of that's on the page over, but post it up there what your misconception was. And hopefully we can kind of help answer some of those, because I'm sure there's no wrong misconception. If you thought it, I'm sure we've all thought it. Somebody on this page has thought it. Okay. The next thing I want to talk to you about is time. Okay. Like I said, I'm a full-time teacher. I have 2 kids. We have all of our extracurricular activities. I was coaching cross country. So busy. It's like super busy. I have pockets of time. Okay. That's what works for me. Everybody's going to have a little bit different. Whether you're a hobby coach or a full-time coach, your time frame is going to look a little bit different for each person. Okay. It's really hard for me to sit down and knock out 2 hours at night. So I found within my schedule, I just find pockets of time, and I do maybe an hour and a half each day, but that's because I want to build my business and I want to, you know, leave my teaching career. And there are days where I'll put in 2 hours or maybe 3 hours. It just depends on what my goals are. Okay. Everybody's going to be different. Dependent on your goals is, you know, how much time you want to put into it. Okay. And the thing is, You're not just pulling at random things. You have vital behaviors that you need to follow. So you know exactly what you're going to do within, say you have a 10-minute pocket of time, you know exactly what you need to do in that 10-minute pocket of time. Okay. So it's easy to knock things out when you have a schedule and you have a plan in place. Now your time frame, a new coach may not spend 3 hours on their business. Okay. They may just kind of do 30 minutes to an hour just to kind of get started and figure things out. It's totally up to you. Okay. You're your CEO, right? This is your business. I'm not going to sit here and tell my coaches you need to spend 4 hours a day. Okay. I'm going to help guide them to create the goals that they want within their business. And then I can kind of help them do that. So I want you guys to think about your time. How much time do you think? And it doesn't have to be a big chunk of time. Do you have pockets throughout your day, your lunchtime, like my plan time, early morning, late night, you know, whatever? How much time could you put into your business right now if you were to start and you wanted to be, you know, a hobby coach or work towards a full-time coach? What would your goal be for your time frame? So that's kind of what I have for misconceptions and time and what we put into it. So I will hand it back over to Megan.
Perfect. Thank you. Embarrassingly, my misconception was I thought you had to be blonde. I don't know why I had that in my head, but I thought you needed to have blonde hair. I was picturing, and I think it's Beachbody. Like, I think it's the name of our company, Beachbody. I was picturing Baywatch girls. Like, I didn't look like a Baywatch girl in my head. That's what I thought. You needed to look like the girl from Baywatch running down the beach, and that was not me. So that was my first crazy misconception that went through my head. Okay, so we are now going to move on to our very last category, and this is the category whenever I ask my leading coaches, who wants to talk about money? Like, everyone hides from me. No one wants to talk about this topic, except for Sarah. Sarah always raises her hand and says, I'll do it. I don't know if she really wants to do it or if she's just doing it because no one else will do it. She's kind of the new kid on the block. Maybe that's what happened. Maybe we've just stuck her with the most difficult topic. We all love the topic of money, but it's hard for us to wrap our heads around and explain it. And she does a really amazing job at explaining the money and how you earn money in this business. So I'm going to hand it over to Sarah and let you take it away, girl.
All right, thanks. That's so funny that you said that because I was actually going to mention that like I'm probably the only person that actually enjoys talking about this side of the business. But to introduce myself, I am Sarah Morris, and I have a full-time career. I'm actually a CPA, which is probably a little bit why I do enjoy talking about the money part, the income part, the business side of it. It's very fascinating to me. But I started my coaching business it's been about 8 months ago, I guess now, which seems crazy. It seems like I just started. But Megan is my coach. And although it was really hard for me to say yes on my personal journey, like for me to start my weight loss journey, like 4 years, right? 5, it was a long time. Once I got into that and I got into the challenge groups, and I saw, wow, this is like amazing life. It was so easy to then say yes to coaching. I mean, that was just like immediately count me in. I messaged Megan. I was on a call like this. It was actually a group. And I just said, what do I need to do? I'm ready to do this, because it just seemed like such a natural transition. I could see right away how genuine everyone was and how much everybody just wanted to help each other, right away. So my first goal was to pay for my own Shakeology. I think that's how a lot of us start out, and once we get past that, it's like, oh, wow, well, this is really cool. Now I want to do the next thing, or I want to pay for my husband's Shakeology. I want to build a team. Now I want a team name. That's cool. Like, it's just like you just keep building, and we all have different goals. And right away I realized that my goals went from discount coach to, hey, I want to make this my career at some point. Like, this is amazing. So we all do have those different goals, but that's why I just wanted to point out that it was so easy to say yes to coaching because everyone is so inviting, and you've been hearing about the culture, and that's just that's why it became so easy. Now talking about the boring stuff now, the financial side of it. The first thing it's kind of a disclaimer. If the income part of it, the financial part of it, isn't that, like, if you're just doing this because you want to help other people and you want to build a team, that's totally fine, because that success with your income will come with that. Whenever you're sharing your story and you're building a team and you're helping other people, that's part of it, which is what makes Beachbody such a cool program, that we can do that, right? We can lead with our heart. We can be confident about what we're doing. We can drink a shake and work out every day and help people. And the bonus is that we get to make money doing it. And I think some people also feel kind of guilty about that too. Like, I just want to help people and I can't really talk about the income side of it, but it's totally fine. So that being said, even though it's not super exciting, we do need to educate ourselves about how it works, right? We need to understand the compensation plan. And whenever you agree to be a coach, whether it's discount, hobby, or career, there is a coach agreement. It's all laid out for you. It is step 1, 2, 3. These are all the different types of compensation you can get, bonus plans, commissions, everything. It's all laid out right there. And if you don't like reading it, there's YouTube videos that Beachbody has put out. So it's all right there. And it does take some time to digest and maybe kind of understand, especially if you're not used to multi-level marketing. But another thing I want to stress is that it is very real. It's real money. It's real income. This is something that you're working toward, right? You're working for this. This isn't something where you can add some people to your team and then just sit back and watch the money roll in, right? It does take time and it does take effort, continued effort. So you do have to have a passion to keep helping people. So I don't want that to ever, think, oh, I'm just going to build my team up and then boom, I'm going to go, live in Key West and never log into my computer again. Because, maybe you can go to Key West, but you're still going to have to check in with your challengers, right? Because that's part of what we do. So we all have different financial goals. And just like we have different goals for, helping people or, the different types of, like culture, what do we want to get out of this? The same thing goes with financial. So you need to talk to the coach that invited you here and say, okay, I want to be a hobby coach. This is kind of what I see that I want to bring in every month because I want us to go on a nice vacation next summer. Or whatever your goal is, whatever your specific goal is, that should be something you discuss with your coach and we help you figure out how to get there. Okay, well, this is we kind of strategically figure that out for you. Or if we can't, we work together and we say, hey, let's just kind of start from here and let's see where this goes. And then maybe you have a new goal that you want to set. You can go from paying from your shake to vacations, to replacing your current income, to, making more than you do now, making more than maybe you ever thought was a reality. Actually, I mean, there are millionaires that are Beachbody coaches because they just keep sharing their story. They drink a shake and they work out and they just keep into their team, their leader. It sounds super simple, but when it comes down to it, that's what they're doing. And it's pretty amazing, right? And I think that we look up to those leaders and we say, wow, what are they doing that's so amazing? How are they making millions of dollars? How are they making thousands of dollars? How are they making $1,000 a month? Whatever it is. And it all comes down to the same thing. We're all doing those very simple steps. But when it comes down to it, let me get to the numbers part. So the commission is 25%, which is very generous for a company like this. You get 25% commission on anything that is sold. You, for a challenge pack, which is probably something if you've just started or if you're considering starting a challenge pack that's like $160, you actually get a $50 commission on that. And then we also have bonus opportunities. And this is where it starts getting really cool and where I really start to geek out about how fun this is to learn about. But the bonus opportunities, once you start adding to your team, you can start getting what's called team cycle bonuses. Which is based on not just what you're doing to help people, but what your team's doing to help people and how you're changing lives and adding people to your challenge groups. And it's just a really cool way to watch your income grow as you watch your team grow. And so there's team bonus cycles. There's rank bonuses, which as you add to your team and you build your rank up, those they accumulate very quickly, thousands of dollars types of quarterly bonuses when you get a pretty substantial team. But even as a younger coach, we have bonus opportunities that are quarterly that were just added. This was just something the last half of the year, but this is an example of something Beachbody does because they realize the coaches are what makes this company so special, right? We're the ones that are out there talking to people and sharing our story. So, for example, we had a $250 quarterly diamond bonus. If you helped 3 people a month for 3 months, you got $250 in addition to what you already had. So, that's pretty nice, especially at the end of the year. You got Christmas, you got, I don't know, bills you want to pay off, whatever, an extra $250. That's pretty nice, right? For something you were going to do anyway. Beachbody is always doing some sort of incentive for the coaches. It's as simple as every month, if you help 3 people, there's always some sort of prize that you get. I have backpacks that we've gotten, T-shirts, just fun stuff like that to help motivate us in smaller ways that aren't always monetary incentives. Free leadership training. But it's very cool to it's always like, what's the incentive going to be this month? What's it going to be? And we like to kind of challenge each other, who's going to get that backpack. So that's really fun. That's part of our culture too, that we really kind of motivate each other in that way. The other thing that the company does is we are provided with leads. Once you get to a certain level, which is very early on, it's called Emerald, the company can give you leads. You don't have to generate personally. This is something that somebody who's called in from watching an infomercial where they spend millions of dollars a year doing infomercials, and then they pass that person along to one of us. Because as part of just somebody could just call up and order a DVD of, I don't know, hip hop abs. And when they do that, they're going to get a free coach with it. And that's one of us. And how cool is that? And we then get commission off of that in the future. I mean, it's just so cool that the company recognizes what we do to help their business. And then the other things that are non-monetary but awesome, trips. We can earn Success Club trips. Cancun is coming up in 2018. Things like Super Saturdays. These are quarterly live events where we get to go. We usually go to Indianapolis or Louisville. And there's great leaders. Carl Deichler, who is the CEO, was just in Indianapolis, and many of us were there. It was amazing to watch him speak, and it's so motivating. There's usually a live workout. It's a great place, an opportunity for us to come together. There's Beachbody live events where you can be trained on our different workout programs. Many of us have done that and are now doing teaching at the Y or at local churches or community area events. And then there's also new leadership training that you can be invited to. I know some of us are hoping that's a goal this year. Some of you guys got invited to it. It's been super exciting. We're all been congratulating each other. But it's a new leadership conference where Beachbody says, hey, you guys are leaders in our industry. Let us teach you. Let us help you. So there's so many opportunities out there. And then the biggest one, this is my last big thought with fireworks, is that our annual meeting, which is where there's super trainers are all there, it's like 25,000 coaches. We all come together in one city and we hang out and we learn about our products and we get, and we work out with the trainers. It's in Indianapolis this year. It's in June. We're all going to be there. It's so freaking amazing. I had to watch myself. It's so amazing that we can all be there, and it's just a great opportunity. So this is the perfect time to jump in because you're going to start with our team. You're going to get your feet wet, and then you get to go work out with like Shaun T, right? I mean, holy moly. I don't know if that's all I had. I'm going out with that. All right. How's that?
That was awesome. You're a mess. I just love you girls. Okay, so I love how she said it's real money. Like it really is real money. Like I really am making an income on just helping others. Like I drink my, the gist of it is I drink my shake and I share about it. I work out and I share about it. I invite people to join me. I put them in an accountability group and I help them. And I make money. Guys, we've paid off all of our student loans, and my husband had a ridiculous amount of student loans. We paid off our student loans. I left teaching, and I now do this full time because I surpassed my teaching income. I hired a house cleaner. I did things that as a teacher, I would have never been able to do financially, ever. As Sarah mentioned, the trips, like I've been to Cancun for free. I've been on a cruise for free. I've been to Punta Cana for free. I've been to New Orleans, Nashville, all of those places paid for. However, know that you have to work for it. Nothing is free. You have to work for it. You have to earn it. You have to earn your money. It's not just you sign up and free trips start happening and money rains down. Like, you have to actually work for it. But we have shared tonight with you the types of coaches that we have. We have shared with you the culture of the dream team. We've shared with you the misconceptions that we feel like you might have, and hopefully kind of debunked those misconceptions. Sarah has shared the money aspect of it. And so now I just want to invite you to think about it, to really think about it, and to think, what if? That's kind of how I always end these calls. What if? Or why not? Why not give this opportunity a try? What is holding you back from trying this? And I say why not because that's how I jumped into the coaching opportunity. I thought, well, I'm already drinking the shakes. I'm already doing the workouts. Why not? Why not see what happens? And I just can't imagine my life and what it would look like right now if I hadn't said, why not? Why not just give this a try and see where it goes? And if I fell, and then, I'm teaching, that's fine. But why not? Because I said, why not? I now get to take my girls to school every morning. And that was my big thing. I wanted to be more present in my kids' lives. I wanted to stop working so much, and I wanted to be more present for them. I get to pick them up from school every day. I get to be the first person to hear about how their day went at school. I get to be the one to help them with that awful homework that they have, because I said, why not? So I challenge you to do the same thing. Why not? Why not give this a try and just see what happens? Because the worst that's going to happen is you're going to join this incredible team that is going to lift you up, that's going to be there for you. We are going to hold your hand. We're going to help you through it. And we have all shapes and sizes. We have all different ages. We have men. We have women. We have people from the United States, from Canada, from UK on our team. There is no set, you have to be like this to be on this team. So I encourage you to really think about it, to message the coach that invited you here, and to have more conversations with them. And then I really hope that we're going to be seeing, we announce our new coaches on our team page. So I really hope that we're going to be seeing an announcement soon with your face, and that you're going to be joining our tribe, because we would love to have you. So have a great night. And thanks again so much for tuning in with the Dream Team. And we hope to see you soon. Bye, guys.